Hey everybody, it's been a while, but let me catch you up. So, I think last y'all seen was me getting echo or something like that. Sorry, I came from work, so I'm a little dirty. So there's been a lot happening since then. A lot. I went out of town with Jace for work for like 2 weeks, close to 2 weeks, in April. Beginning of April, end of March, beginning of April. So there was that. While we were there, we said, well, let's go ahead and start looking at some land. Not there, back home. So we looked at land, and it's just been kind of crazy and hectic since then. That being said, we officially have bought land. Not a house. We bought land. It's 7 acres with a creek. Beautiful piece of property. We can't wait to build on it. We can't wait to get the horses out here. It's not going to happen automatically. We closed 2 weeks ago, so we've only been owners of it for 2 weeks. So, super exciting. But it's ours, and let me show you it. But here's the gate. Obviously, a lot of work is going to be done, and a lot of things are going to be changed. So this is our fence. The property marker you can see down there. But yeah, this is the gate. Of course, we're gonna have a different gate and a fence and all of that, but let me get on and show you. So this is it. This drive is not gonna be our drive. This was some work that we've already done and mowed the grass and whatnot, which looks like we need to get back out here and do that. But this is our property line right here. You can see the T-post land that we got to put a fence up, and we're going to put a fence on the side. And the gate is probably going to be moved over here. And then my arena is probably going to be in that corner. But let me take you on the tour. This is the upside of it. Nothing's going to be probably up here but the arena. And of course the driveway. So here's where we're going to go down. And we'll have to cross the creek to get to the backside. But we gotta do some work up here because it's washing out. This is for the creek. So we follow this, and this will be our driveway here. So we'll probably come between them trees down. These posts are gonna get ripped up. This fence is gonna be taken out. And so this is where our driveway is going to come and cross the creek. Of course, we gotta pull permits and all of that for this, since it is water. So yeah, like I said, a lot of work, because we still have to cross this and go up on the hill. This is the creek of our property. It's not anything major. It's very little. It's like not even ankle deep. We got some rain here past couple of weeks, and it did rise a little bit, and I wish it would have stayed like that, but unfortunately it did not. But this is much better. So this is all ours. This was pretty dammed up right here, so I'm glad this is flowing again. And that's not as much now. So this is more of the creek. Yeah. So I'm 5'3". Well, 5'2" and like a quarter. 5'3" on a good day. And I could fit under this. This is still, I have realized, eroding out. I have not seen it do this yet. So we are gonna have to do something about that, of course. But it'd be fine. We got friends. We know people that know people. We can do it. So that was that. So that's how high that is. And mind you, we live in Florida, so it's kind of like a freaking mountain. Not really, but so this is more of our creek. This was wrapped around that tree right there, and we got it unwrapped. We just have to take it back up to up there. But I planted this tree. It is a cypress. Cypress? Yeah, cypress. And, yeah, you see how dead it is. So, I'm gonna give it some water, and there's one up on the hill that I gotta give water. So this is where our driveway will come through. That's where I walked down earlier. So, and then up here, which the embankments will be sloped and all of that. So behind me, all of this is my happy spot. This is what I wanted. It is cleared. We have to do nothing other than put a fence up and start building our dream. But crossing this is what's gonna be the issue to get back here, because we cannot do anything back here because we cannot get vehicles back here or nothing. So yeah, right behind where I'm standing is where the house is gonna be. House on a hill. Let me just show you. So it is a pretty big hill. So creek's down here. I'm not gonna walk this whole property because, mind you, it is pretty big. It is 7 acres long, not wide. This is, I guess we're gonna call this the hill. Nobody's back here on the side. So this all used to be one, all of it, even the up front part, this was all one big cow pasture. And the guy split it and sold it, and I'm glad it is not a subdivision. So, I'm out of breath. There's a walk up that. So, where I'm standing is where the house is going to be. Maybe a little bit back, because I don't want to have to bring a bunch of dirt in to build this up. But that goes way back there. The camera's very deceiving. It is a walk back there. So, house here. That's really all we got figured out on what's going to go where. Pastures are obviously going to be in the back. Barn probably somewhere in the middle. Jace's shop probably on somewhere over here. Yeah. That pile, you see it right there. That is on our property as well. So that's going to have to go. That shows you kind of how far it goes back. And this dirt pit area is not on our property. But our property line is pretty close to it. Like if you can see that little tree, I'll focus on my finger. Little tree right there. That is ours. That is our property line. So it runs kind of back at a slant. This side is pretty straight. Yeah. So when we closed on the property, the day we closed, we came out here and we planted the 2 trees. We planted the cypress at the creek, and we planted a maple. This is my maple tree. I planted it out of the way over here. Like there's the property line. Here's the tree, so it was not in the way of anything that we build the fence. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to have room to get over there with the truck to build a fence, which that's different plans that will come later. I'm not gonna go into details about stuff right now. But anyways, my maple tree. It's like waist high to me. Don't look dead. I think it's dead. Just like the other one. Maybe not. The leaves are still a little green, but I think it's dying. I don't know how, don't know why. It's rained here for 2 weeks. I was not out here watering it during that time because it's rained. So I came out here today to water it. And it's dead. So I don't know why it's dead. But it's dead. So that is it. That is our little slice of heaven, a little bit of heaven on earth, whatever you want to call it. We are super excited to get out here. My phone quit, I don't know why. But what I was saying, we are super excited to get out here and start building and putting up pastures, the barn, fences, just whatever. We will not probably live out here for another 3 years. We want to get this paid off first before we build out here, as do most people. we'll go ahead and put up what we can though, like fence, like pasture wise and all that way. When we get ready to build and move out here, everything will be here for the horses and we don't have to do any of that. So yeah, I'll take you along for the journey. I don't know what is the first step. I assume is going to be getting across the creek, that project of getting it cleared out, sloped, getting the culvert in, getting dirt poured around it, rock, whatever, just whatever we are allowed to do. So that's probably the next step, and then it's probably gonna be fences. Don't exactly know, but we have 3 years to figure it out. So yeah, I just realized that there's a lady behind me and is probably wondering why I'm talking to my camera, but oh well. But anyways, I will see y'all in the next video. Hopefully it won't be 2 months away. Hopefully it'll be when we start working out here. So see you in the next one.